It wasn't even on. The whole time I was doing this and talking, it wasn't on. Which means I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I'll just cut and mash where I have to, and I'll do a voiceover because wow, I am actually really, really annoyed right now. But it's fine. Worse things have actually happened. It's fine. Okay, hello. Hi, hello, Dumalang and Nakatlaho. Please welcome back to my page, my channel. Sure. So clearly the mic was not working, which means that I have to voice over everything right now, which is fine. It's fine. But anyway, what we're doing today is baking cinnamon rolls. I will add the the recipe in the caption, in the description box, like the recipe link. And yeah, let's get to it. Alrighty then, so here are the ingredients, and here is how can I say, a screenshot of the recipe that I'm using. Alright. Okay, so this recipe calls for 2 3/4 cups of flour. So we're gonna start with that. First of all, here's the 2 cups. It has to be even, so you have to even the amount is what I'm showing you the cup measurements. So that's the first cup. Let's go. Like, this is actually taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Girl, okay, I'm probably just, what's this, fixing the mounts. That's the second cup. Now we're going on to the 3/4 cups, and obviously there's no like solid cup of that, so it's like 3 cups of 1/4 cup. I don't know how else to say that. Yeah, so I showed you the cup there. That's that's what it is. So we're doing that now. If Miss Girl could just speed it up, baby. Yo, could it ever take this long? No wonder I stood here for 2 hours, I mean. Okay, I wanted to show you how I evened it out, but I was barely in frame. Was I in frame? Oh, looks like I was. Cool. So flatten it out, make sure that it's like compacted into the cup, and then smooth it away with the flat side and pour it in. That's it. Yeah, so that's the flour. Now we're just going to leave that to the side and go on to the milk, yeast, and butter mixture, which I warmed up. Let's go to that. Okay, so we're measuring everything, right? So, oh damn, this is full cream milk. I used 180 milliliters of milk, which is like 3/4 cups, 3/4 cups. And then okay, I wiped that off because that was gonna drive me insane. Okay, that was gonna drive me mad. And then I went with 3 tablespoons of butter. It's room temperature butter, so you can't use like very, very cold butter, which is like rock hard. It has to be room temperature. The house smells like garlic now. Someone's doing something that side. And then yeah, so with the yeast, I didn't add the yeast yet. I microwaved the milk and butter mixture for 30 to 45 seconds in the microwave. Now I'm mixing it in. Can't even see me mixing it in because my hand is over the goddamn girl. Oh my god, cat. But anyways, the point is that the butter needs to dissolve. So, and you don't want the milk to be blisteringly hot or it's going to overactivate the yeast. So that's what I did, and then we're just going to move on to the other dry ingredients now. Now, what I am showing you here may look like crushed garlic. If I could just, there we go. It looks like crushed garlic. It's actually salt. We reuse a lot of our packaging, so we don't waste it. But yeah, so this is like what, teaspoon? Is it a teaspoon of salt? It's not even in frame, babes. You're not in frame. It's fine. No. Yeah, it's a teaspoon of salt. And then we used granulated white sugar. I don't know how many of that. Like I said, the recipe is linked down below. Do check it out. Yeah. Now we're all going to awkwardly wait here together. I'm so... Babes. This one I didn't do the... What is that? But it looks like I only used 1 cup of sugar. Oh wow. Okay, now we're trying to sift it in, but I really could not do the sifting motion from this angle. I started sifting with my left hand, like, you know, the motion, and I'm not left-handed, so I had to move to the other side and start doing it that side, and it was easier for me because I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, the camera is here and made it hard. So Miss Ma'am, just go to that side already. See, now we're in. Now it's going to go easier. There we go. Sift all of the dry ingredients together, and what's left over you obviously do not pour into there. That's why we use sift. And I showed you what's left over. It's like the very dry, hard granulated sugar. And there we are, our dry ingredients, babes. Alrighty then, dolls. Now here's our milk and butter mixture. I left it off to the side while I was sieving and doing the dry ingredients because I didn't want it to be hot. Like I said, you'll overactivate the yeast, and that is not a good thing. So this is the yeast I used. I got it from Checkers. The ingredients wanted essentially 2 packets of these and like 3/4. I didn't have that, so I just used the 2 packets I had. Also, if you're baking something, it is probably wise to look at the ingredients list prior to buying the things. I just bought things and hoped it would be enough. So the ingredients said 2 tablespoons and 3.4, 3/4 of a tablespoon. Like I said, this packet wound up making 1 tablespoon. So I only put 2 tablespoons in here, is what I'm saying to you. And then the second packet was babe. There's the second packet going in, and that's all. So with this, you want to mix in the yeast completely. You want it to be like essentially dissolved into the milk butter mixture. And like I said, the milk butter can't speak anymore. Milk butter mixture will be warm, so it will help dissolve this easier. Essentially, yebo. I think that's me. That's me mixing it now. I'm mixing it. And you're going to keep mixing too. Alrighty, my honeys. Now I'm gonna create a well. There we go. In the middle of the dry ingredients, because we're adding our wet ingredients to this now. Miss Girl. Ugh, I was mixing the Girl, my God. Jesus. Just add it. Okay, you know your ingredients: the milk, the yeast, the butter, and then one large room temperature egg. So it shouldn't be from out of the fridge. It should have been in the room. Room temperature egg. So they say mix it with a wooden spoon or a plastic spatula. So that's what I did, but it was just not mixing well at some point. They also said use a stand mixer. A stand mixer. I do not have that. So I just eventually decided to mix with my hands because it was just easier to do that. Yeah. That's me mixing with the spatula still. And then there we are, started kneading in the bowl with my hands just to get it like very much together. And that helped because the spatula thing was not working. It was not working, babes. See, there's still like dry patches off on like different sides. Yeah, I threw them bitches in. I was like, you're not going anywhere, babes. Please excuse the sounds in the background, like it's raining right now. So then after I was done kneading it, I moved it to the side, kneading it within the bowl. Moved it to the side, added flour on my surface so that I can properly, girl, am I supposed to scream over you? My God. Like I said, it's raining. So I poured flour on the surface, spread it out evenly so that I can have like a floured surface so it doesn't stick to the surface. How many times am I gonna say surface? And then there we are. And then we kneaded a bit more for like a minute or two extra. Oh my God. There we go. And stress modedo is essentially what must happen. Take your stress out on the dough. Just like that. Just like that. Now I am in fact using the same bowl. This electricity child. And I'm greasing it with some of the like leftover butter I have. Yeah, and I am using my hands because they've been clean. I've been doing this for how long? My hands are clean. So you need to grease it all the way up because this is a dough that's gonna rise. So now we're just adding the dough into it, molding it a bit, adding the dough so that it can rest for 10 minutes. And while the 10 minutes are... What? And while it's resting for 10 minutes, I'm going to be making the filling, which is the cinnamon, the sugar, and the butter filling. Yeah. Oh, so you have to cover it with like plastic. So that's what I did with the saran wrap. Covered it there. Oh my God. There we go. Yeah. Covered it with the saran wrap, and then over that I put a dish towel, clean dish towel. So it needs a dock. Oh my God, the electricity is gonna come again. Place to rest. yeah, started cleaning up after this so that I can, must start the other part, man. We're going, yeah. That's what I did. There is a bowl, and in this bowl, we are about to add 3 tablespoons of butter, softened butter. Mama, if you could just do quickly. Okay, that's me taking the measuring spoons. Okay, 3 tablespoons. Now, I'm not that precise with my measurements because I don't care much, if I'm being completely frank with you, but this was 3 tablespoons, I think. And then it's 1/3. Oh yeah, so I'm leaving that off to the side so I can grease the pan. It's 1/3 of light brown sugar. I didn't have any other sugar, so light brown will have to do. So where I'm literally going to have to redo this, or you know what, I'll figure it out. Girl, why is this taking so long? It's because I'm trying to clean up while I'm doing everything, and that just adds more time. But I also hate a messy counter when I'm doing things. So there's my light brown sugar. This is the sugar we use at home, so yeah, that's why it's in that packet. The white sugar I usually just use for baking. There we go. And then now we're doing the cinnamon. The cinnamon was 1 tablespoon. And that one wasn't enough, so I had to add the other one. And you can enjoy the sound of rain with me. Yeah, there we go. Look at the powder. I didn't realize it went around the house like this much. Okay. Now we're just going to mix it in. So I did start with the spatula, and I cleaned the spatula from the dough mixture. I started with the spatula, but then I was like, it's just gonna go faster with my hands. So that's what I did. I just mashed it all in with my hands. And I'm gonna tell you for free, if you're a texture person who a person that doesn't like different weird rough textures on your hand, this is just not enjoyable. So I don't recommend this. Do it with the spatula. This was not fun. This was not a good time. You see me keep cleaning it up even though I have to keep going back and mashing it in. Nasty. I hated it so much. So yeah, I keep using the spatula, but I just was lazy and I had enough. I am now greasing my pan because things are moving. Here's the pan I used. I got it from Westpac. It was 20 something, right? I don't know, inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter. I don't know how much that was. I just bought it. And that's me using the... Hey boo, did a mistake not almost happen? Sana, my work almost went poof off the counter. What a disaster that was going to be. Anyways, yeah, greasing it with the leftover butter from the butter into this thing. Y'all can see that. Now we are on to the fun part, the rolling out part. So it has sat, while I was doing this, it was more than 10 minutes at that point. So the dough did rise. Hold on, I'm definitely gonna show you. Here it is, risen. It's completely different from how we left it, so that's cool. It didn't rise that big because it was only 10 minutes. But anyways, guys, let's just get to it. So the recipe calls for a 36 centimeter by 26 centimeter rolled out dough. Look at how easily it came out because of the buttered surface. I know that's right. So I floured my surface, and then I forgot to flour the rolling pin, and then I remembered, and then I floured it too. So there we are, flattening it out. Then we're just gonna start rolling. And then, okay, I'm sorry. It's a K-pop song. I'm just like, yeah. Girl, start the rolling. That would have been better if I started rolling when I was singing this. It's fine. We're not going to have a breakdown because of that. There. You see? Then I remembered. After I did, I was like, oh damn, I didn't powder this. There we go. Now we're rolling. Rolling. No. I didn't bring measuring tapes and measuring and rulers and stuff to see what is 26 by 30, 36 by 26. So this is what you get. I just needed it to be flat so that I can put my filling on. That's literally it. Right. We are now at the important part, the filling, the cinnamon sugar butter filling. So it was enough, thankfully. The recipe is actually like mad accurate, I'll give it that much. So we're just going to we're going to how do you spread it on? That is the word for what I need. You're just gonna spread it on thinly, like make sure it's not like big mounds in certain places. Like try and make it as thin as humanly possible. And that's literally what we're gonna do the entirety of this, on the entirety of the dough. Alright, the babes, the fillings has been spread all over. Now we're just gonna roll this up like a log and start the cutting. Oh, and be gentle with this, by the way. Ain't no need to like roughhouse it. Now I'm just like sketching out how many I need to cut, because the recipe says you can get 10 to 12 cinnamon rolls, and they are very valid because I got like 11 from this. Now other people use floss to cut through. I wasn't about to do that because no, simply no. So there we are, starting the cut. Now obviously the end parts are just not gonna have that much of the filling, but for the most part it looked like a cinnamon roll. Yeah, it did what it said on the box. So now we're just gonna go through the whole cutting. And I'm eating chips right now, sorry. And we're onto the assembly. Like put them like this, upwards obviously. Assembly of the, yeah girl, we're putting them in the baking tray. This is too much speaking for me. My vlogs are cut into days. This is just 40 minutes of me speaking throughout. It's too much. It's way too much. Like, mind you, I was talking while I was baking these, but like I said, my microphone was not working. My microphone wasn't working. Ah! Sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, you can see what I'm doing, Miss. Like, yeah. So after this, we put them back in the saran wrap again. I think I'm probably gonna show that. Am I gonna show that anytime soon? Anyway, yeah, we put it back in the saran wrap and also put a clean cloth over it again. and let it sit for an hour. Was it so 60 minutes to 90 minutes? I chose an hour and 15 minutes just so that it can rise properly. Where the hell did I go? That this is now the video. This is the entirety of the video. What is good with me? Yeah, there we go. There's the saran wrap and the towel for an hour and a half. There.
Okay, y'all, it's time. Like, they've risen. Let me show you first. Should I, like, fix them a bit? There they are. Should I fix them up a bit in here? I think so. Like, it's been the amount of time. I don't want them to get too dry. Oh, that is why. Okay. But yeah, for the most part, it's done. You see, there's the timer. I don't know if you guys can hear it. For the most part, it is done. That's how they look. Quite pretty. So I'm gonna put them in the oven for what's it, 20 to 25 minutes is what was said. And then while this is going, while this is going, I'm gonna make the icing. Yeah, the icing sugar now. So let's go do that.
Okay, y'all heard that audio. It's atrocious. So here I am again. With the icing sugar, they recommend a cream cheese icing. I don't have cream cheese money. I don't know if you know this, but like a block of cream cheese is like 90 rand. Yeah, I'm not doing that. So I've made icing sugar before, like icing sugar, what can I say? Cream to go on cakes. So that's what I'm doing. This is based off memory. I cannot give you an exact like measurement. So it's probably like a full tablespoon of soft butter. I don't know why I showed you the cocoa powder now, but yeah. So this is probably more than a tablespoon, I mean. And then the icing sugar, I used a 1/3 cup of that, and then I added more because it just didn't feel like enough. And then I also added the vanilla essence. They usually say vanilla extract. I've never seen that in South Africa. Personally, I have never seen that. So there we are. I wasn't exact with my measurements here because I just really don't care. So there we are. There's the icing sugar. With the vanilla essence, I didn't add that much because I don't think it was necessary to. So I did like a cap and that was it. And then I used hot water to, I don't know, bind it. Can I say bind? No. But to like make it a bit easier to mix with my mixer. Yeah, that's what I did. And I didn't add the entirety of this water that you see on the side here. I just added a bit so that it can get soft. And then I added another bit. There we go. Alright, so my first mistake was using this tiny ass bowl because I know how violent this mixer is. Ma'am, was it ever that deep? Not this goddamn lightning, girl. Anyways, use a bigger bowl than this. Don't use this tiny ass bowl for like the icing. But yeah, it was too wet. So I wound up adding more icing sugar. Icing sugar is just, it's, Yana itself is sweet. So just adding more is just making it sweeter. But girl, You only live once. So I added more icing sugar, and then I added more icing sugar again. You're gonna see that. And then I added a smidge more butter to make it thick. It was a lot. Probably there. You see, probably use a recipe for this. Quite frankly, use the recipe that I'm linking down below. It has everything. But like I said, I didn't have cream cheese money, so I had to make do with what I knew, and this is what I knew, and what I knew I also forgot it. So yeah, and more icing sugar. Y'all guys, I'm so like watching this back is so embarrassing. Oh my god, but I did try. Like at the end of the day, Sana, I didn't give up. So like the tiniest bit more butter, like the tiniest bit, and then again with this violent as mixer. And this is on the first level. This is not even it like high, and it's violent like this. Yeah, huh? Yes, that's it. There, I was trying to show you the texture of it. It wasn't too watery, but then I also put it in the fridge. So yeah. And now we're on to the next step. So this is the cocoa powder I bought because I didn't want to buy Nestle, because I'm personally boycotting the entire company. I got this in the baking aisle as well. So you don't go to the drinks aisle, but this can make hot chocolate. It was 50 something rand. It's 250 grams, so you'll have it like on hand essentially. For every time you want to bake, you'll have it there. So yeah, it's called Antigua. Okay, and then let's start. So I used like 1/3 of icing sugar, and then because I know cocoa powder has a tendency of being very bitter, so that's why. And with this one, I'm not making it thick like the cream, like the butter cream icing. There we go, the buttercream icing. I want this to be like a drizzle. Now usually when other people do drizzles, it's like, how can I say, melted dark chocolate. If I don't have cream cheese money, where do you think I'm getting dark chocolate money from, baby? No. So I used a tablespoon of the cocoa powder, and then I mixed all of this. Used like a dab. Can I call this a dab? A drizzle of vanilla essence. And this was too much water. I will say that, because it wound up being very runny, which is frustrating. I wanted it to be runny. I didn't want it to be that runny. Anyways, this is just going to be like a drizzle on top. I'll show you how I did that at the end. But it's nice. In terms of like quality cocoa powder, this is it. I will more than likely repurchase this, but I have a lot. So the next baking corner, maybe some chocolate cupcakes, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. And then I added a bit more icing because, like I said, I wanted it to be thick, and yeah, I was grasping at straws here. But anyway, this is as good as it was gonna get. And this is me wiping up because I hate mess. I hate it. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Oh, and that's the icing sugar I used. Pellets in the baking aisle from Checkers. That's how much time was left for the baking. I ended up taking it out like 2 minutes earlier though.
We're taking them out. Oh, something above my back though. Oh, it's vacuum sealed. Oh, Christ. They're like extra brown. Let's see. There we are. They're gonna cool down.
Alrighty, Ella. Now it's time to put the icing on, the buttercream icing, and I'm just gonna slap it on with this softer plastic spatula thingy. Like literally, that's yeah. There's no, you know what? There's nothing nice about this presentation at all. Like it's getting the job done. That's essentially what it is. Just trying to make sure that every single cinnamon roll has like an even amount of icing on it. And also, I did let these cool down for like 20-ish minutes. Look, and I used the exact amount that I created. How cool is that? Like, you know what? I nyata myself a lot, but given the circumstances, I am the girl I think I am. Now, I did try and do this drizzle with the fork, and yeah, that was a fail. So I wound up getting like a teaspoon and I drizzled that on then. But like what I was saying, yeah, they had cooled down. They were warm, they weren't hot. So they did like it did melt, but it melted in a way that I wanted it to. Instead of it becoming watery, it was just like entrenched into the thing. The English I'm using is so wrong, but whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying. Yeah. So, and like I said, the cocoa icing was too much. The water was too much in there. So I wound up having leftover and I wound up throwing it away because I wasn't about to drink this as hot chocolate because no, I don't want diabetes. Okay. So that's how it looked.
Okay, there we are. Here, can you even see me? Am I in the frame? Now I'm in the frame. Here we are. This will be my thumbnail. Don't ask me why I'm wearing a apron. All of a sudden, I have to show off my band. Why am I wearing an apron? Oh yeah, like I said, I spilled cocoa powder on my jumpsuit, so I'm not about to walk around looking crazy on camera. But yeah, okay, let's talk logistics. It took me 2.5 hours to make these. Yeah, like 2.5 hours. It's prep, it's waiting for it to rise because of the yeast. Like I waited twice, once for 10 minutes, the other time an hour. So it will more than likely take me 2.5 hours to do this recipe. I didn't have the cream cheese filling, the cream cheese icing, so I had to make my own, which means I had to try and error, which added more minutes probably. But for the most part, for 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is cool. Why the fuck are you taking pictures? Yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I think, yeah, with certain cooking videos, I'm going to make them on their own. Baking videos, I'm going to make them on their own instead of adding them to my vlog. So if you like that, do let me know. Then, yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. Wait, Gati's kitchen, Gati's cooking corner, Gati's cooking corner. Ah, I have a nice research. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye, Ella. Got the first bite. Am I mad? First bite. Oh, okay. Now bye for real. Bye.